If you've ever tried to really dig into the Bible, you've probably hit a wall. It's this huge collection of books, and trying to figure out what it says on any one topic can feel, well, impossible. Today, we're going to look at a method that's designed to solve that exact problem.
I mean, really think about it for a second. The Bible isn't just one book. It's a collection of 66 different books written over thousands of years by dozens of authors. So if you want to know what it teaches about, say, forgiveness, where you even begin? It's not like there's an index in the back you can just flip to.
Exactly. You're not just searching through one book. You're searching through an entire library. A library full of history and poetry and letters and prophecy. So how in the world are you supposed to find a clear, consistent answer on one single topic? Well, believe it or not, there's a method for that.
There is, and for this explainer, we're zeroing in on one of the most popular guidebooks out there, Wayne Grudem's massive textbook, Systematic Theology. He lays out a really specific roadmap for how to navigate this incredible library of Scripture.
Okay, so let's get into it. What is this method? It's called systematic theology. And yeah, the name sounds kind of academic, maybe a little intimidating, but the actual idea behind it is surprisingly simple and powerful.
At its heart, this is the definition Grudem gives us. See, systematic theology isn't about what just one book says, or what people thought 1,000 years ago. It boils down to this one huge question. After you look at everything, from Genesis all the way to Revelation, what does the entire Bible teach us today about any given subject?
And this little chart really makes the difference pop. On the right, you see other ways to study the Bible. Maybe you focus on what the Apostle Paul taught, or how the idea of the Messiah developed over time. That's all great stuff. But systematic theology, over on the left, has a different goal. It's all about the whole picture. It's trying to create a summary of the finished product of what the entire Bible has to say to us right now.
Okay, so that's the what, but why? Why go through all that trouble? Why not just read it and hope for the best? Well, according to the source, there are some absolutely crucial benefits to taking this systematic approach.
And look how practical these goals are. First, it helps us get past our own biases and wrong ideas, because it forces us to look at all the verses on a topic, not just the ones we already like. Second, it gives us a solid foundation to make better decisions when new, tricky questions come up in life. And ultimately, the entire point is to help us grow and mature in our faith.
I love this analogy. It's absolutely perfect. Think about doing a jigsaw puzzle. What's the first thing you usually do? You find all the straight-edged pieces and build the border, right? That border creates the framework for everything else. Systematic theology is like building that frame. Once you have the main ideas, the big doctrines in place, it's so much easier to see where all the other little pieces of life and belief are supposed to fit. This all sounds great in theory, but what does it actually look like in practice? How do you do it? Well, the process itself is surprisingly straightforward. You can really boil it down to 3 main steps.
Right, so here's the game plan. Step 1, collect. You find all the verses you possibly can that touch on your topic. Step 2, analyze. You actually read them, study them in context, and figure out what each one is really saying. And then step 3, synthesize. This is where you bring it all together. You create a single, clear summary, a doctrine that honestly represents the total weight of everything the Bible has to say on that subject.
And this is a super important point. The goal here is not to just hunt for a few verses that prove a point you already believe. That's called proof texting, and it's the opposite of this method. The real goal is to humbly try to understand the whole counsel of God, to grasp the full, balanced, complete picture that the entire Bible is painting for us. But here's the thing. The journey doesn't just stop when you have a perfectly worded definition. According to Grudem, that's just the beginning. The whole purpose of this kind of study is meant to take you somewhere much, much deeper than just knowing facts.
And I think this quote just says it all. Theology is meant to be lived and prayed and sung. It's not just head knowledge. The whole point of understanding these incredible truths is so that they can transform your entire life. The way you live, the way you talk to God, even the songs that you sing. It's about taking truth from your head and letting it set your heart on fire.
So, at the end of the day, the study of God should never be dry or boring. If we're really truly studying who God is and what He's done, the only natural response should be a sense of wonder and awe and praise. The knowledge is designed to lead us straight to worship.
So, I'll just leave you with this question. If you were to take this method, collect, analyze, and synthesize, to find out what the whole Bible teaches on just one topic, what would you pick? What's that one thing you'd want to understand more deeply? It's a pretty powerful way to start exploring that great library for yourself.